As it turns out, humans don't want to scroll prompt engineered content. All right, man, I didn't prepare that much. I'm like, well, you and I typically just like run into each other and talk for 45 minutes nonstop. So do we really need an agenda is the question.
I think like if maybe you're used to introducing everybody, maybe I could just get to introduce you today.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Hey, my name is Jared Kleinstein. I am here with David Brickley,
Appreciate it, man.
founder and CEO of STN Digital.
Yep.
Wow.
And why don't you explain a little bit about, Fresh Tape and Gondola.
Awesome. Yeah. So Fresh Tape started in 2017 after I was running sports for Vine. Didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and enough former Vine clients said like, oh, we'd still work with you. And I have no marketable skills. So it was fun to start an agency knowing that in order to succeed, I just needed to hire great creatives to accomplish whatever our clients needed. So Fresh Tape started more creative strategy, grew into full service agency where we focus on actual production and strategy for mostly sports leagues, teams, entertainment companies.
I think it's a very interesting topic to ask you about because you built a company based on giving people credit for their work. And in sports for a while too, it was like a lot of teams and leagues didn't want to credit the designer, didn't want to credit who was behind it. Like, no, just, the Bulls did it or the Lakers did it. I want to really dive with you a little bit into AI because I know both of us have been kind of geeking out over the business, like logistics part of AI. Yep. But we've seen a turn over the last 12 months where Vince Gilligan said made by humans in the credits of his recent TV show that Minnesota Timberwolves and the New Orleans Saints both said we're not going to make content with AI, which is a very interesting statement that got millions of views and retweets. Your brand is all about connecting who actually designed the product. So I'm curious, like, where you think everything's going? Because I'm seeing more credit. I'm seeing this was made by a human, and we're going more that direction, which is what Gondola was built on. So very interesting.
You're so right that a few years ago, there was a sense that if you took credit for your work, then you were making it about yourself.
There you go.
The crazy thing about that is that for years, if you're a newspaper photographer, you got credit.
Right.
If you were a director of a movie, you got credit. If you made an Instagram video for the biggest brands in the world, you didn't get credit.
Yep.
It didn't make sense. So there was this sense that, okay, I'm getting paid by the sports league. That should be enough.
Yes.
That's how the leagues felt about it.
Yep.
Now, with the whole movement towards human-created work and AI, a lot of leagues are very excited to give credit because they can say, hey, look, we not only had a human do it, but we hired them, and this is this person.
Right.
We are like helping build them. We care about them building their brand. It's not selfish for them to say that they made this. If anything, it reflects well on us that we hired a human for this work and we didn't just, throw it into Gen AI.
You see what happened with Sora and Sora 2. It ended up getting shut down. And I always said, like, as it turns out, humans don't want to scroll prompt engineered content. Maybe at some point AI gets so good you and I can't tell the difference and it's all incredible. But at least in its current juncture, AI generated content, whether it's written, whether it's graphics, whether it's video, humans, the studies are showing, are pretty much saying, I don't want to see this content. And more so than not, it's AI slop and it's not working. So I'm just curious what your thoughts are on the creative side of AI, where we can vibe code all day long. And
for sure.
I want to automate timesheets for my employees. That's great.
Yeah.
I don't want to automate strategic creativity. I think creativity is what humans are all about.
I think this is a really tough debate. A lot of people in the creative space hate the idea that any creative roles would be taken by AI. An example would be like a VFX editor putting an overlay on a pre-made graphic, just like putting rain in the background or something. Do you want to pay somebody a few $1,000s, or should you just let it go through runway? You don't want to take away creative jobs, but also you want to be efficient for your clients.
And by the way, Family Guy is not humans. It's animation. You know what I mean? So like there's always been a part of like automating things that are non-human. So,
and like I do Gen AI for video content for using Grok. Because they're the only ones that let me use Frozen characters and Hotel Transylvania characters. If I'm making, like, my daughter will say, make me a video of a unicorn flying with Elsa, Anna, and Mavis from Hotel Transylvania. And I just I'm trying to show my daughters that anything is possible. And then eventually I'll show them how to use After Effects and Premiere to actually accomplish that.
Where do you think we're going with it though? Because in that use case, it's obviously like a fun tool. It's almost an app. We've all auto-tuned our voice at one point when those apps are coming out. You kind of play with it for a little bit, then you're kind of done with it. I'm just curious, as we're here at Cannes, Fortune 500 brands, leagues, teams, athletes, what content creation from a creativity standpoint, looks like with AI.
I think the good news is, despite everything happening in AI, we're seeing more and more roles being put out online for social creative roles.
Yes.
People are still hiring creatives. You are not seeing cutbacks in creative hiring and staffing. There's an expectation of so much content to be created that people are still putting resources into it. I think the way it goes is people continue to use these tools for efficiencies, for storyboarding, not necessarily for writing up the actual copy, but for like, if you were supposed to, instead of paying a sketch artist, which is complicated because I don't want sketch artists to be out of business, but if you're trying to put together a brief for a client and you can use that, I see the utility there a bit more. But I'm not too worried about it. And with like, we work in live sports, like this is the one industry that people feel confident in.
Can't AI. It's interesting because last year, a lot of the narrative up and down the street here was all about, especially for business owners, I'm sure you felt this, I'd love to get your thoughts, like the FOMO of if you don't jump on this and go 10 layers deep today, you're going to pretty much be bankrupt in 2 years, was kind of the Silicon Valley propaganda machine that was working, that I think all of us were staying up late, losing sleep on as business owners. But I feel like 12 months later now, there's a lot of billboards out here that AI can't replace IRL and the return of conferences and in-person and analog and phone-free events. So I'm sure you've seen that cycle too.
Yep, seen that switch. Also seen a lot of creators empowered to be out there, shoot more. The fact that, like, my favorite example of this is like, we all thought we needed editors who knew Premiere and After Effects a few years ago.
Right.
Something you had to put on your resume. If you're a CapCut editor,
edit with your
you're
thumbs.
good.
Yes.
You can run somebody's social account. You can do a lot of social editing. Like, that skill set means that we're sort of democratizing this world. So it means that while, there may be a lot more emphasis
traditional
on, like,
film editors.
or like the tools like Slate and others that actually auto cut like, the right moments, so you're not picking your selects like by scrolling through an entire timeline. Those kind of efficiencies combined with more creatives getting hired for more projects, I'm feeling good about it.
With like companies like us that are brought on and bolt on to these brands for really to be inside sports fandom, to add aura, to add taste, to add culture. That's where I just feel like that's always going to be human led. Like putting make me look cool in basketball culture into AI even 7 years from now, I just feel like is not going to be it.
And we're still the crazy thing is we're just expected to be chronically online. Like, we have to know what people are talking about.
You have to be in the culture to know the culture.
Yeah. So I feel like as long as we continue playing that role, we continue playing the role of like inspiring with unique creative. There'll always be a fun space for our kind of hands.
I asked Karin in this seat a couple of days ago this question. I'd love to get your thoughts. Is how do you describe Cannes to people in our industry that maybe have not come out here yet? Because I just started last year, kind of blew my mind. But I'm curious how you describe it, like your elevator pitch on this week.
So it is like a democratized schmooze where everybody is sweating, everybody is
holes in the shirt.
They're not on their normal U.S. time zone, so nobody's working right now back home.
Right.
So everybody's kind of looking at each other and actually connecting. There's nobody texting them about anything other
Slack
than...
isn't going off until 5 p.m. tonight,
And then it gets stressful, but then everybody's like 2 or 3 drinks deep, so they're not too worried about the Slacks. I think that it is more deals happening, but not like in a forced way. It's just like everybody's natural. Kind of at the same level. We're all, having fun, and, I feel like you can meet a amazing production company or creative agency from the Netherlands and be inspired by their work right next to the CEO of
I like what Karin said. It's like being at the Super Bowl, but there's no fans. It's only people in the industry. So you walk into an event like this and you don't have to, maybe move around GA.
And we're just fans of each other. I think that there's a lot of people who see each other and go, oh my God, I know your work. It is my favorite thing to see all the people who, they look at your badge or something and they go, wait, you guys did that. And it's a lot of like, kvelling is the Yiddish word for like being proud of each other. So I feel like that's a lot of that happens.
I'm curious because you throw a great conference, the Gondola Sports Summit, which has really, I think, replaced the old Twitter Sports Summit, which is so huge for our industry. You're here at all these different panels. I'm curious, living your dream 4-person panel that you can book. Unlimited budget, living, athlete, artist, celebrity.
Okay, living dream is 4-person. Okay, Max Martin, who has written more #1 hits than anybody other than John Lennon and Paul McCartney. he's just an icon in the music world. And I would probably say him, Roger Federer.
Okay.
I think the Roger Federer graduation quote from last year, or a couple years ago, about like how he only really won 51% of his points was like a crazy thing to think about. So Roger Federer, Max Martin, Barack Obama.
Yep.
And I just think that that'd be fun to see them all together. And oh God, it has to be. I was gonna pick a creative, but I think I kind of want. Shoot, that's a good one.
Nobody from Denver.
I was gonna say Peter Forsberg was my favorite hockey player as a kid.
All right.
And I feel
that
like
works.
That's it.
Do you want to hear mine?
Like you have two Swedes on that. I don't know why.
Here's mine. Bill Burr moderating.
Okay.
With Michael Jordan, Tracy Morgan, and Tony Robbins.
Okay, that would be delightful. That's way more fun than mine. But Tony Robbins would like improve.
I want to be inspired. I want to laugh. And I don't know. I want to see the GOAT.
I'll say this about like
the
panels. Yesterday I saw a Microsoft panel with Mel Robbins, and it was one of those panels where a lot of the questions were things.
Let them, by the way. Let them.
Yeah. So a lot of questions that were like very things you've seen on panels, like how is AI going to affect our future? Yada yada. But then she just kept chiming in with these little nuggets that were like making me think. She said, like, one thing she said is like, what would you do if you had 4 more hours in your day? And actually, I'm going to put this on you. What would you do with 4 extra hours?
Wow, that's a great question. I've learned, this is kind of sad to say, but I learned recently that I'm listening to music in the shower. I have white noise when I'm sleeping, like just quiet time, like the walking meditations, the saunas. I've, just like checking in with yourself, taking a walk. Not everybody has the AirPods on constantly at the gym, on walks. So I think just a little more quiet time. How about that?
Sick. I think I would do the thing that I never do right now, which is I would just wonder what to do. I would give myself 2 hours. So like this is a part of like parenting and running businesses.
Just let your brain
It's like I have a schedule. I have so many things I have to get done. I would want 1 hour where I just haven't made a plan.
Just
and I
stare
go,
at a wall.
What should I do right now? I feel like that would be so liberating just for 1 minute.
Being in this industry, I'll leave you with this. What are you most excited about, most inspired about as we go forward the next 2, 3, 4 years?
I am really excited to see what the next generation of creatives does different. There's such there's always been ebbs and flows of what content works.
Yep.
Is this year the raw and authentic year, or is it a high quality, whatever? Now everybody has to make everything because they're testing it, they're iterating. I'm excited to see a year where more and more creatives get in, or an industry where more and more creatives get in. I'm excited to see where sort of the social, like we're working on these freelancer armies, like where we're having creatives everywhere. I want to see how that changes sort of like the world of creative. If everybody starts thinking of, instead of traveling my team to go shoot a million different events.
Globalization.
Did you guys travel in from anywhere for this? I kind of also want people to be not running around and exhausted. I think we can we can fix some of the burnout problems if we do a better job of hiring great local creatives we trust. And if everybody knows in every major market, here is my person, or these are my people who I trust, then we'll all sort of feel like we're a part of these little.
Sounds like there's an app for that.
Yeah, if only there was a place to do that.
I appreciate it, Matt. It's always good chatting with you, and thanks for hanging out.
Thank you so much. Congrats on everything.
Thanks, brother. You too.
STN has been just icons in this world.
Thank you. I appreciate it, brother.
Very grateful.
Thanks, man. All right.